Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment with me, BringItDon. So I forgot to get this arm inspected last episode. So let's talk to Fel again. I had some questions for you. Did you do the tattoos on this dismembered arm I found, Fel? Fel examines it for a moment, tracing the patterns with his finger. He then looks up and a series of rebuses form, hazy at first, then come sharply into focus. The arm is yours, the tattoos are mine. One tattoo speaks of a time when your path was shared by 4 others. What 4 others? 4 strings of symbols swirl from Fel's head, matching the patterns upon the dismembered arm. They speak of 4. Shall I tell you their hearts? Yes.
Updated my journal.
The symbols swirl before you, and you piece them together. One unloved who loves one who does not love. Jeez. One who does not see what others see, and sees what others do not. One who is familiar and bound with duty. One who is a slave and his chains are words. As you finish translating, the 4 strings seem to form themselves into links and they merge into a chain. The chain bends until it is a symbol you feel you recognize. That symbol, what is it? The symbol sharpens, gaining edges that are almost painful to your eyes. It is torment. It is that which draws all tormented souls to you. Fel nods at your left arm, at your shoulder. The flesh knows it suffers even when the mind has forgotten, and so you wear the rune always. You mentioned that there were other tattoos on the arm. What others? Fel examines the arm again, tracing the other faded tattoos upon its surface. As he does, they each appear as a symbol above his head, hazy at first, then coming into focus sharply. He turns to face you. Once forgotten, now remembered. You may wear them again if you wish. I'd like to see what these tattoos are. Can I see what tattoos you now have to share? So what are these new tattoos? Lost Incarnation. Grants experience points when invoked. Increases regeneration rate when worn. When worn, the tattoo seems to bring out survival instinct in you, forcing your body to react to any damage you take and heal wounds faster. If you choose to tap into the tattoo's power, some of the memories of hiding beneath Sigil will return to you, giving you the benefit of the previous incarnation's experience. You can only do this once, but even after the tattoo is invoked, the increased regeneration rate will remain. Well, I feel like I have to buy that. And experience points for this one as well. It also came from the dismembered arm. When worn, the tattoo makes concealing yourself easier. It allows you to shape the shadows around you like a cloak. This makes it harder for your enemies to hurt you when they see you, and harder for you to find when you don't wish to be seen. It lends you a sinister appearance, however, which will cause many to shun you. Okay, so I do want the... I remember looking at this one. Still lose armor class. This is for what? Oh, this is also from the severed arm. When worn, the tattoo makes you more resilient to cold and hardens your body, giving your skin the texture and strength of the weeping stone walls. In so doing, however, it also gives you a hungry gaunt look, as if you were starving. If you choose to tap into the tattoo's power, okay, you still get some experience from it. So all these... Okay, I'm looking for the... Did I buy the... I do want this one. And I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't equip that one. I'll get the experience for these. See what happens. Alright, so Tattoo the Art will replace this. Oh, she can't use this? Oh, non-chaotic characters. Well, I'll probably just get rid of it then. Alright, Tattoo of the Lost Incarnation. Let's use it. Wait, can it... I was assuming that dialogue would come up if I were to use it, but I guess not. Well, that's a little disappointing. Here, you can have some intelligence, even though you do not need it. Can I sell tattoos back? You cannot sell tattoos back. So what do I do with this severed arm now? Okay, yeah, it's the same stuff. Alright, let's go talk to Emerick. We're done here.
Done.
Talk to Emerick and maybe I can join his faction now. That'll give me, I think, bonuses against undead. I think it's just armor class. But then you can also buy items from
I'm gone.
him. Now that I don't have any money. Actually, I do have extra spell slots. I think Missile of Patience gets stronger the more you level up. I'll get luck. Alright,
Gone.
let's go talk to Emerick. You see Emerick, he's regarding you with a stony gaze. I had some questions for you. I found Sogo. I would know his whereabouts. I found him in the catacombs beneath Sigil. He died there. Why was he there? He was infected with lycanthropy, which drove him into the catacombs. I could do that. Yeah, he discovered a group of undead guardians who were protecting the catacombs. He was trying to convince them to join the True Death. Very well, you found him. Emerick doesn't react to your words other than give a slight nod. You've done all the tasks I have asked of you. I will make you a Dustman and initiate of the Fifth Circle. Do you still wish to be a member of the faction? Yes. The initiation requires a promise. A promise? You must promise to serve the Dustmen. You must promise that you have left life behind. You must promise that your goal is to reach the True Death. Very well. Again, do you believe the tenets of the Dustmen? Yes. I shall act as your witness. Make the promise. Make a vow. I promise to serve the Dustmen. I have left life behind. I seek only the True Death. You are now numbered among the dead. There are things I must tell you. Listen. The walking dead dwell among the Dustmen, work with the Dustmen, yet at other times they have been enemies of the living. That has not escaped my notice. The Dustmen have a truce with all the dead. This truce is known as the Dead Truce. The dead shall never harm a Dustman as long as we uphold it. As Emerick intones these words, you suddenly feel a strange crawling sensation in the back of your skull. It has something to do with the Dead Truce, but you can't recall what it is. I see.
Updated my journal.
Furthermore, there exists magics that prolong life or interfere with death. Such magics are an anathema to our faction. They rarely work on members of our faction. Nothing must attempt to interfere with your passage to the True Death. Do you understand? Does that include healing spells? Curative magics will work normally. Reincarnations and resurrection magics, however, should not be used on members of our order. Such magics go against a believer's passage to true death. Okay. About that, nothing should interfere with the true death philosophy. What if it's difficult for the person in question to die? The nature of your question is unclear, Initiate. I think I'm immortal. As you're about to speak, you feel a prickling sensation along the back of your skull. You have a feeling that mentioning your condition to Emerick might be a bad thing to do. He is still staring at you, waiting for you to speak. Well, I know someone who is immortal, and I'm asking on his behalf. Emerick is silent for a moment. Then, this friend suffers greatly. He has trapped himself in this false existence and can never reach the true death. Trapped himself. Immortality is a choice. Belief, whether one's own or another's, affects the flesh. One is immortal when one does not want to give up life. But then by your argument, death is also a choice. Why do people die in the first place? Death is also a choice, but unlike immortality, there are many that believe in death. Their belief permits us to die. Emerick falls silent for a moment. We're not meant to live forever, Initiate. In our minds, we know this to be true. So, why would someone remain trapped in this false existence? To reach the true death, one must divest themselves of all passions and any ties to this false existence. These things act as an anchor on the spirit. Many creatures, such as ghosts or other restless spirits, are confined to this false existence because of unfulfilled passions. When you said before that this immortal person has trapped themselves in this life, what did you mean? Okay, we already did that. I had a question about the dead truce. Emerick waits. What happens if I attack one of the walking dead? Then you have broken the dead truce. What about self-defense? There will never be a situation where the dead will attack you, as long as the truce is maintained. Okay. As a Dustman, what sort of assistance is available to me? As a Dustman Initiate, you have access to our storehouse of knowledge and our storehouse of magic and items. You may also come to me if your body is in need of healing, or if your body is in need of rest. What do you have at your storehouse? Oh, hello. Dustman Earring. Much resistance is the cold, saving throws against death magic. Oh, and fire. Death of Desire. Tome of Bone and Ash. This worn leather-bound tome lists diagrams and charts detailing several minor wards and enchantments. There are numerous drawings of skeleton bones and the manner of which they may be preserved over time. Of particular interest is the section regarding guardians. Apparently, the Dustmen animate corpses of fallen giants to serve as guardians of the mortuary. To make them even deadlier, armoring enchantments are woven into their breastplates to help shield them from attacks. The book is much too complex for you to absorb all at once, but it looks as if you could refer to certain sections when the need arises. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna grab one of those. Greater Embalming. Shroud of Shadows. From detection and physical attacks. When the spell is cast, the targeting cursor appears, and the player may select any target within touch range. So you +3 to armor class and +10 to stealth. Targets have -1 penalty to hit the caster. Sounds pretty good. This gonna be all of my money. Is it worth it? Nah, probably not. The True Death. Got an achievement for joining the faction. So what do I... So I can't use it? Uh-oh. Well, we'll hold on to it for now. Of course she is. Alright, talk to Emerick one more time, because we have to talk about... I spoke to Farad and discovered where Farad is getting the bodies he brings to you. Where do the bodies he brings us come from? They come from the catacombs beneath Sigil. He's taking the bodies you have buried and selling them back to you. When you bury them again, he just digs them up again. Emerick falls silent. He's staring at you with his stony gaze, and you are suddenly struck with the feeling that his eyes are burrowing into your skull. Emerick nods. You've done a service for the Dustmen. He removes his hands from his sleeves, then lets his long sleeves drape across the table like a curtain. When he pulls them back, a small lapis lazuli coffin lies on the table. It is a tiny thing, barely 2 inches wide and 3 inches long. The Dustman symbol is engraved into the coffin lid. Pick up the box. As you pick up the coffin, it chirrups, unfolds, and dissolves into a stream of hundreds of copper pieces, which you somehow manage to keep from spilling across the floor of the bar. How all these coins fit into the tiny coffin is beyond you. Okay, 300 copper.
Done.
Alright, let's give Annah some more of these things that I don't want. So much of crap in my inventory. Alright, let's get out of here. And I guess we talked to Annah. I need to go to the
I'm gone.
place where she found my body.
What is it you want then?
Alright, so where's the place where you found my body? The spot where I found your body lies beyond the painted door in the Hive red light district. The door is on the northern street, north and east of the Smoldering Corpse bar. Beyond the door is an alley where I found your body. Strange place it is. Not many Berks will go there. I think she's talking about that painted door that we tried to go in previously, but it just says it's a wall that's painted like a door. A strange place. How? Some perks with less courage than names say it's all a haunted it is. Anna spits and makes a semicircle over her heart. It's wash. Sometimes the wind blows through the alley and makes a weird sighing noises. That don't mean there's specters and haunts and the like. Alright, other questions? Alright, so we can just go to the... Good, it's like right down here. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to approach Reekwyn's quest.
Done.
But he said, I'm going to assume it's later in the game, because he said he used to be a like a wealthy individual. Alright, well, you first start to be a door in this archway is actually a painting. The artist has made use of the shadows of the overhanging arch and some subtle texturing effects to give the door the illusion of substance. Are you sure this is the door, Anna? Aye. It's been smeared with Barmy's paints from the Starved Dogs, it has. It's a real door until you look at it, then it turns into a painting. Now, how did they do that? Anna shrugs. There's stranger things in the plains. She suddenly frowns. Might as well ask how you got yourself out of the dead book after I was sure you were dead. So this door, I just don't look at it and then open it? Anna glances at the door, then nods. That's the dark of it, if chant be true. Alright then, I'll do what you say. You just... Hold on. Anna stops you before you reach for the door. This is the only path I know to reach the place. I found your corpse, but it's not the safest road, aye? You sure you're ready? I'm not here to play your minder, no matter what old Stuttercrutch says. What's beyond this door that's so dangerous? Chaosmen, Anna whispers. Army as they come, barking wild into the day and night, ready to either paint you with colors or crack your brain box at the chamber pot. Dangerous bloods they are. If they're so dangerous, then how did you get through? I crept in nice and quiet-like. Can't paint you or kill you if they can't see you. She looks you up and down with a frown. Doubt I can pull that twice with you around. You look right clumsy, you do. Alright, just stay behind me. Now let me open the door. You close your eyes, reach for the door, and fumble around. To your surprise, you find a handle. With a slight tug, the door opens. A narrow passage leads into the building, and from within you can hear distant howling. Time to head on in. Well, looks like Farad got killed. That means we can go back and get his stuff.
I'm gone.
So maybe we'll head back and take care of that. Should talk to the tiefling painter. You see a slender tiefling girl standing with her back to you. You notice that both her hands and the upended table in front of her are smeared with a fresh coat of what appears to be pink paint. She seems oblivious to your approach. Greetings. At the sound of your voice, the girl turns her head to regard you. Her face, though somewhat dirty and spattered with drops of pink, is strikingly beautiful. She flashes you a wide, mischievous smile, and then returns her attention to the makeshift canvas. Questions. The tiefling girl seems totally immersed in her artwork. She ignores you entirely. Okay.
Done.
I can't afford to miss any loot because spent a lot of money recently.
All right.
Tiresias. You see an aging man dressed in tattered rags. As you draw nearer, you discover that he is missing both of his eyes. The scar tissue of his eyelids has receded into his empty sockets, giving his features the macabre appearance of a decaying skull. Greetings. The old man turns in your general direction, his arms outstretched as if feeling for you. Darkness who be in voice. The friend words I'll speak of you and call chaos. Speak the words of chaos and you call me friend? Is this jumbled up scramble speak really necessary? The old man cocks his head to one side. his sightless gaze fixed on empty space. Chaos of you are not pot snot. Has everyone here lost their minds? Walk, not talk. Talk is complete, completed to completion. He turns his back to you, apparently done with the conversation. Look, old man, you better give me some straight answers or you'll soon be missing more than just your eyes. Don't want to threaten him.
Done.
Maybe I learned something about Chaos while I'm here, and I know you can join the Chaosmen as a faction. I don't think I can, because I'm not, So I'm not chaotic. You have to be chaotic, or have chaotic alignment to join the Chaosmen.
Done.
Sybil. You see a figure hidden amid the shadows in the corner of the room. As you draw near, a young woman steps out to reveal herself. She's dressed in a loose-fitting tunic, which together with her short-cropped hair and slender frame, gives her a rather boyish appearance. I wouldn't go in there if I were you. She nods in the direction of the door on the south wall. Why? What is beyond the door? She winces at the sound of your voice, putting a finger to her lips to indicate silence. She pauses for a moment, then answers in a hushed voice. A whole mess of them howling lunatics, that's what. Looks like they're having some sort of gathering. Won't be able to get through to the alley until they clear out. Howling lunatics. Is there an echo in here? Yes, howling lunatics. They belong to the Starved Dog Barking Gang, a band of barmy Zalsatek thugs that plague this part of the hive. How many of them are in there? I counted about a dozen of them, of course. I counted about a dozen of them. Of course, I was peeking through a crack in the door, so I could be off by a handful or so. Is there another way to get through to the alley? There may be another way to get past these animals without a fight. There is another door that leads in there. From what I was able to see, there are stacks of wooden crates along the same wall as the other door. It may be possible to sneak from that door to the exit on the other side of the room. There's only one problem. And what would that be? What would that be? Oh my goodness. The door's locked. I tried it. My guess is that the key is on one of the thugs upstairs. I'm not alcoved enough to go up there looking for it, though. She folds her arms across her chest and stares at you expectantly. Well, if the key is up there, I'll find it.
Updated my journal.
If you do manage to live long enough to find the key, the door is in a room to the southeast. I'll be watching from the shadows. If you can unlock the door and make it out to the alley in one piece, I'll be right behind you.
I'm gone.
Okay, so she wants me to go find a key so everyone can get up or get through the alley. A key or a
Right.
thief?
Got it.
Done.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Ready.
All right. I'm gone.
Yeah. Flies wouldn't even rest on your tongue.
Done.
Alright, so is this the locked door?
I'm here. Why not?
All right.
Alright, upstairs, look for the key. New dagger. Let's put the more important stuff over here. Probably won't need that anymore.
I'm gone.
Another bone dagger, fantastic.
All right.
Should probably have her on
What?
detecting traps.
Done.
We keep running across traps.
I hear your words.
Even 50 swigs of brandy wouldn't make it. What? You filthy stinkards.
Alright.
What you be wanting now?
All right.
So now we got spells. Let's do a... That's actually like cutscene. Oh, they have a mage.
What's up, Chief? Ugliness sucks pain into my eyes. What's the word, Chief?
There we go.
Into my eyes.
Right?
She needs to get back.
That's what I get for getting into a scrape.
I will hear you.
Alright.
I'm here.
Done.
What's up? You filthy stinkards.
So yeah, Mort's taunt, they mentioned it
gone.
earlier in the game, is really good against mages. It stops them from being able to cast spells because they want to fight him with their fists. So they'll just run right up to him and
Done.
get slaughtered. Alright, I am going to use some... these on her. None of the fights in the game have really been challenging so far, so I keep not micromanaging very well. Getting complacent. I kind of just want to fight them.
Yeah.
Balance in all things.
How do I get over?
I'm gone.
Okay. Alright, she got through. I must say, Cutter, I'm impressed. I thought for sure those animals would... I'm sorry, I smashed my desk. I thought for sure those animals would chew you up good. Well, I guess I should thank you. She pauses for a moment and reaches into her pouch and pulls forth a small green gemstone. Here, this one's on the dogs. See you around, Cutter. Farewell, Sybil.
Updated my journal.
So this is what she gave me? Okay. She just walked right back in, which is where I'm going to, because I'm going to fight that group of enemies.
Huh?
Maybe I should buff up first. What else we got? We got,
Enduring, grow strong.
get an ice knife
What?
I
going.
hear your words.
And, let's see. Power of 1.
Mort, like Latin. For death.
I will hear you.
Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass.
Alright, let's do some Acts of Torment here. I like how it's like a cutscene. It's pretty Not doing a lot of damage though. A little
Women
disappointing.
are the reason I became a monk. And, the reason I switched back.
All right.
This is just begging to be...
Oh, we're getting slaughtered, yeah. This probably isn't gonna go well. They've had Tears of Elysium equipped. I'm not gonna do something. Like, she's dead. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
All right.
Alright, let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, but I do think if I had Tears of Elysium, which I do have the item. So maybe we'll probably try the fight again
I'm gone.
in the next episode. Alright, what's this? This rickety dwelling looks as though it has stood for centuries. Its wooden walls are weathered and worn with age. A number of planks on this side of the structure appear to have been recently pried loose. Okay.
Done.
I'm not gonna go in that house yet. Seems like that's the end of the map. Let's go back up here. Because it seems like it's saying I can go to the left? No? Nope, too many boxes. Alright. Oh, I can't keep going this way. Alright, let's finish mapping out the place before we go into the house. Stark recess descends for a few feet before ending abruptly in a solid rock face. Get out of the way, everybody. Oh my goodness. Just let me click on it. Quit being difficult, game. There we go. This dilapidated structure. Oh my goodness. Every word I've struggled. I've struggled on this and dilapidated and structure. Let's restart. This dilapidated structure seems on the verge of collapse. Several boards have recently been nailed into place to reinforce the sagging building. Thank you.
All right.
Jeez Louise. Really, I can't go this way? Really seems like I could just squeeze through there. Alright, so this doesn't say anything, but it does take us somewhere. Come on, Tikan. Alright, I'm gonna call the episode here, and the next one we'll head into this house, see what it's all about, then we'll continue this way. Might go back and fight the starving dogs. If I can rest and change up the spells that I have, maybe. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hope to see y'all in the next episode.